I purchased the FULEN 2-pack of the LED motion sensor ceiling lights. But what I wanted to show up close is the on and off switch slides here. That way, if you do not want this coming on at all, you can turn it to the off position. And then of course you can slide it to on so that these modes work. So you have your mode and you have your light, whether it's the warm, the cool, and the bright. So you have these little lights that come on to indicate night, day, standby. Now your remote, it has your timer, and it is super sensitive. It really picks them up on contact with no problem. And of course I'm going to turn that. You can adjust it, bright. You got your day, your night, and then your standby. Down here you have your timer, and then you can also do the modes here, changing the brightness and warm light and incandescent to back to bright. You can gauge these by dimming them, and you can brighten them, of course. And then you can do daytime, and so when it blinks, it's taking the command. Or you can do standby, and it's taking that command. To reset that, just basically turn it off and then turn it back on. What I wanted to share with you is you have these magnetic squares. Now the blue is the magnetic side, and then the sticky adhesive is on the back. This is what I did. I have created me a template to match the back side of this plate so that I can put it in the ceiling. I have popcorn ceilings, so the reason why I have these squared out is I need to scrape off the popcorn in that area so that these will adhere to the ceiling inside my closet. If I turn this over and let you see the back, these are the magnetic dots. They are closest to your actual panel with the sensor light, the motion sensor, and the heavy weightness of this battery that's rechargeable in here. When I place this in my closet, this part is going to be towards the back. And then my template, this will expose those magnets. I will scrape that area in the top of my closet. This is the closet that I'm wanting to mount this in. As you can see, it's really dark in there, and you can't see. But up here in the ceiling, I have it already marked where I'm going to place it. And you see the popcorn on the ceiling. That's the problem. So basically what I did is I created this template, and I went ahead and I marked it with a black magic marker so I can get that out of my way. I'm going to take my putty knife and I'm going to scrape this area right here. I'll do that off camera, and I'm going to lay them this away because it will give it the most strength and durability up there. This adhesive back just pulls off. It's like super easy to do. And right here I've already wiped this, vacuumed, cleaned it up, and made sure that any particles or anything would keep that from adhering are removed. Now putting the second one in that same spot that I have marked for it. And now those plates are in place. As you can see, they stick fast and they're good to go. Alright, even though it's motion sensor, I'm going ahead and turn it on. And it will find those magnets. You don't even have to work hard at it. If you needed to and you're in here, you can see the light that indicates the blue light for the mode. And then you can put it on standby. And then this changes the mode of light. So you can put day, night, or standby. And then of course you can always switch this to the off position. I'm going to leave it in on because I'm going to be working in here. So I've got it on daytime, bright light. That's perfect for me. So I've allowed it to turn itself off to show you just how sensitive it will be. There you go. I haven't even gotten to the closet and it already motion sensor turned on. And that is the day mode. When you have it in the day mode, as stated here on the sheet, it will only come on when it detects motion. In the night mode, it has to be a human activity to turn it on. And then on steady, it will stay on until you turn it off. You can also set the timer, but one thing that I have figured out, so we're in here again, let me just see, it'll come back on. That's great. I love it. It'll time itself off after 10 to 20 seconds when you have it in its mode for day, and then that way it saves its energy. And then of course you have your remote control. If you needed to, you could turn it on and switch your timers and gauge whether you want it on, and then it will sensor and turn itself off. If you want it on night to where it only detects motion, and the day it will detect motion as well, which is what I have it on. And so I just waved out here. I'm not even in the closet, but anywhere that eye can see it, several feet. And then you have your timer. So if I wanted it to stay on, I could press my button up here and then set my timer, and it would stay on until I was done using it. But this is pretty good for me, since this closet doesn't get used but seldom. And the thing to bear in mind is these will stay charged for 60 days. And that's a long time. That's 2 months. And they will only use their energy when they need to. Highly recommend it. So far this has been an easy install. And you can see it's pretty bright. And as long as there's motion going on, your light will stay on.
Okay, so it's pretty basic power. This is make it brighter, this to make it dimmer. This is so that it'll go off if it's dark. This day sensor is what you want it on if you want it to pick up any movement. I can't remember what that one was for. Oh, it's to change the light setting if you want it white or warm white or daylight. And this is actually if you're in your closet and you want to, or wherever you have the light, and you want to stay on for a longer amount of time. So I love this.